My name is Sharon. Some of you in here may already know me. I am the owner of Street Motivation Magazine, and I promise you guys, I am going to be motivating today. Even if I have to come to you guys personally and lift you up out of your seats. We're going to have a good day today. Is that all right? All right now, let me just give you a little bit about myself, you guys. I started a hip-hop magazine. Some of you, have anybody in here ever heard of Street Motivation Magazine? Anybody? Just a few of you? That's all right. You know it now. It's okay. Me and my son started a magazine back in 2005, and my son inspired me to get started. Now, let me ask you this question. How many of us out there have children? Raise your hand. A lot of us, right? Now, how many of us out there, our children inspire us to do so many things? Come on. Come on. Whether a friend, a cousin, an auntie, a neighbor, a pet, a dog. Raise your hand if somebody is out there inspiring you. Raise your hand. I know y'all got to be inspired by somebody. Come on. Let me tell you, my son inspired me to get started. I don't know about you guys, but I have a child that makes me believe that if I had a cape on, I can fly. Do anybody got kids like that? My son makes me feel that way. I am telling you, it does not matter what I don't know how to do. My son will inspire me to do anything that I want to do. Anybody else got children like that? Yeah. What's wrong? Everybody still tired? What's going on? Oh my goodness, there's so much going on in the world today. And I truly understand if everybody is just still trying to get it together, if everybody haven't had their coffee yet, I do understand that. I am a Joe drinker. That is my first boyfriend. It is. He wakes me up every morning. Without him, somebody gonna get hurt for the day. Now, how many of you guys here are close friends with Saniyyah? Mike, come on, put your hands up. Come on. Hello. Any friends in here? All right. Anybody just hear the program today on the internet? Yeah, that's the couple people. I don't know, is everybody arm in here broke? Anybody got elbowitis? They don't quite, Anybody? Okay. I just want to make sure, because we do have the handicap space out there in the front. I want to make sure that everybody did park in the right spot. If you didn't raise your arm up, that you got into that handicap. Come on, do she have any friends in here that grew up with her and know how inspiring this woman is? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. How about anyone who knows Renee and are friends with Renee in here? Thank you guys so much, yes, for coming out. Now, what I want to know is anyone out there business owners? We got some business owners in the house? All right. And now, how hard was it for you to break away from your business and come here today? It was very hard, right? Very hard, yes. But I want to talk about three things: inspiration, motivation, and empowerment. Those are three powerful words. Does anyone know that just by those three things that you can actually inspire someone whether you know them or not? Did you know that? When you say the word, repeat with me: inspiration, motivation, and empowerment. Those are some serious words. You can motivate, inspire, and empower someone that you don't even know. Do a lot of you guys already know that? By the show of hands, let me see. Did you know that you can inspire, empower, and motivate someone that you don't even know? I'm going to go around and ask a couple of people, how have you inspired someone? Is that all right? Anybody, come on, show of hands. Who want to tell me how they've inspired somebody recently? All right, here we go. Let's talk about it.
I did MMTV. My name is Shelly Rupin. I'm the founder and owner of National College in Temecula. I'm here today. And I met the speaker on Facebook, and she kept posting all these fabulous quotes. Is why I'm here today. I love it. So I was inspired. I did an MMTV just recently, and on the MMTV, my aunt was watching it. It was a 45-minute segment live of my story of my life and why I came to where I am today. And on there, I didn't even know my aunt had gone through some of the same things that I had gone through. And her and I discussed it on Facebook this morning, and it brought out a lot of really great memories. memories and bonded us together. We inspired each other.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. Very inspirational.
My daughter is Renee Hendricks, and she will be speaking today. I would like to believe that I helped inspire her to become the fabulous woman she is today. And she's actually writing a book. Yes. And I'd like to take a little credit for that because only because I have actually self-published 3 books myself. So I'm very proud of her.
Nice, Mama. Look at that. So now I see where she get all them beautiful looks from. Gorgeous girls. Or as they say today, snatched. I try to stay hip with some of the words, you guys, just a little bit, not too much. But just without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get this thing started because I don't want to talk you guys' ear off because Lord knows I am a talker and we can go all night long, all right? And we can take some suggestions if need be as well. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and introduce this beautiful young woman by the name of Renee, and as her gorgeous mother in the highly beautiful yellow dress that almost set the mic off. As she said, she is a book writer, she is an inspiration, and the first time that I heard her speak, she truly inspired me, just even on the first day, and I know that she's going to do the same for you guys. Introducing Renee.
I'm a little short, so I'm going to just hold it. First of all, thank you again on behalf of Saniyyah, myself, on behalf of Sharon, and everybody that's here. It's so inspiring to have people come out. And it's a Saturday, and you could have been doing anything. You could have been anywhere else. And so I'm honored and I'm privileged that you were able to come out here and share your Saturday with us. Because excuse me, every year me and my friends talk about this year is our year. Do y'all ever do that? 20, and I know my mom and her friend, every year they come together like a saying for the year. And I don't remember any of them, but like, let's say, no more in between in 2016. You know, you get the theme for the whole year. But this year, my friends and I kind of individually were kind of ushered into a new season. That I know probably like many of you, 2015 and behind that was all about surviving. Right? The past is about surviving, and the future from here beyond needs to be about the thriving. And that's the season that we're coming into. So it's awesome that you're here to be empowered. You know, you probably don't realize how much power you have and how much your style actually says about you. Right? You are actually a brand. If I were to say eat fresh, what company is that? Subway. If I say McDonald's, just do it. Nike. So these companies understand that they have catchphrases, they have slogans, they have specific colors, they have jingles. That's how they brand themselves. Have you guys ever been to Chick-fil-A before? Yes. So you go to Chick-fil-A, you order your meal, and you say, okay, the $7.85, and you say thank you, and they say, my pleasure. Right? As opposed to you roll up to McDonald's and they say, can I help you? Susie, put the fries in the machine. Oh, huh? Did you want extra? What is that? That's their brand. And they don't even understand that like a company like Chick-fil-A is branding their employees to make sure that they're upholding the brand. And just like a company has their colors, their slogan, their catchphrase, you yourself are a brand. And when you walk into a room, you are branding yourself. It's the way that you carry yourself, your posture, your facial expressions. It's your actual clothes that you're wearing. Your style is a part of your brand. Now, some people who are stylists, and Saniyyah and I actually talked about this, you go to a stylist and people think that style is just pairing together cute outfits. No, style is an outward expression of who you are on the inside. And in order for you to really know your style, you have to know yourself. And not just know yourself, but in order to be confident in your clothing, you have to be comfortable in your skin. You got to know that you are powerful, that you are one of a kind. You are literally I don't know what that was, but right, I'm just gonna start beatboxing real quick. Testing. American Idol? Before you can be powerful, you have to be empowered. Before you can heal, you have to acknowledge that there is hurt. And before you can really understand personal style, you have to know and love yourself personally. And that's what style is all about. Now, I'm sure that men probably experience this too, but I can't speak on that. As women, we have a tendency to be insecure about things. We are self-conscious about things. You know, when I was growing up, I felt like my boobs were too small, right? Somebody in high school told me my belly button wasn't that cute. That is disrespectful. But it stuck with me. It's something that stayed with me. It was something that made me be self-conscious. And what I had to realize is people will say things, and they don't even mean to. Right? We can look at the Kardashians all day long. And what society will tell you is that in order for you to be beautiful, you have to be plastic. You got to be sucked, liposucked, trimmed, slim, injected. And that's not what beauty is. Beauty is being your authentic self. And that's exactly what style is. Me and you could be wearing the same outfit, but if you're not comfortable in that outfit, you're never going to be confident in it. And that's what style is about. And style, because it's a part of your brand, can be either drawing people towards you or pushing people away. People always say don't judge a book by its cover, but I don't know about you, when I go to Barnes & Noble, if there's a book cover that says The Demons Within, that's probably not a book I'm going to buy. Right? So even though style is a part of your brand, it's not the only part of your brand. You have to be conscious and cognizant of the way that you carry yourself in your clothing. How many of you feel like you have a grasp of your personal style? Some of you, okay. I see you, Lou, in the back. I see you. That is because you probably understand who you are. Your style is evolution. When I was in junior high and high school, my style was similar to, whoever was popular during that time, the Spice Girls. In junior high, I even had a black work liner phase. My mom didn't know about that because I wasn't supposed to be wearing it. I put it on at junior high. But as you start to grow, you put away those childish things. Your attitude evolves, and so should your style. For those of you that are trying to figure out what your style should be saying, you have to figure out your personality. If your personality is not boring, your clothes shouldn't be boring. If your personality is not lazy, neither should your clothes. Because when you walk into a room, somebody can see you and brand you that way, right? If you were the owner of a multi-million-dollar company, and I had to look into the audience and pick people just on the way that they look, because so many people have applied for this position, I got to start taking people off the list. So how many opportunities have we ourselves missed on relationships? Anybody in here single? Women, single? Yeah, so when I was growing up, the word was hoochie, but I think they call it ratchet these days, right? Right, it's ratchet now. So if you don't want to take part in any ratchetacities, don't dress according to that, right? If you're looking for a godly husband, if you're looking for the husband that is a mogul, if you're looking for a job opportunity, then you have to dress yourself accordingly. When you make a list of all the things that represent you as an individual, that should be speaking through your fashion. Now, the fashion is simply what we buy in the store. The style is what we do with it. It's how we make it our own. It's what becomes us. And I was telling my friend Shawnee that today I was like, what am I going to wear? I really, up until the last minute before I walked out the door, had no idea. But when people see me and they know me, they say, that's a Grenade outfit, right? That's my brand. My brand is hug you, pray with you, love you. My brand is welcoming. My brand is not, you guys know what goth is. And emo, it's all black. That's not a welcoming brand. Now, they may be somebody that's really nice on the inside, but how would we know that? Because the way that they have branded themselves is making us, negative. It's having a negative effect. If you are trying to change your personal style, you need to figure out who you are as a person. You have to love yourself and understand that God made just one of you. And earlier I said that when I was in high school and younger, I felt like I had boobs that were too small. Well, in 2010, I think it was, I was diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer. So those breasts that I thought were too small were removed from me altogether. And then I had to understand that this thing that we call beauty, the fact that I'm looking at social media and I'm looking at those looking at Hollywood's idea of what beauty should be has now been stripped from you. When you're walking around boobless and bald-headed after chemo, you have to really look within to understand what God put inside of you that makes you beautiful. That's your style. It's not about what's on the outside, it's how you're projecting what's on the inside out.
Yes, yes.
It's bringing forth everything that you've been called to do, right? There's no way that you can walk in your purpose if you haven't defined it. There's no way to heal from your past if you haven't acknowledged that there's a hurt to begin with. And a lot of times, we are hurting and don't even recognize. Like when I had to sit and I'm writing the book and I'm talking about my own insecurities, I had to really think of the origin of those insecurities. One boyfriend said he didn't like red lipstick, so for 5 years I never wore red lipstick. I look good in red lipstick. The hell does he think? And it's funny because just this year he came back and apologized for saying that and said, you actually look good in red lipstick. But a lot of times as women, because we want the affections of a man, we will change our style. We will negate something that we love for ourselves for the affections of a man. To have somebody next to us, we'll dress a certain way or not dress a certain way, wear our hair a certain way, do our nails a certain way. And when I really started to understand that any man that's worth my time is going to love the unapologetic version of me, because that's my style, right? People always say, you seem so confident. I'm not. I wouldn't say that I am confident. I still have insecurities. But what I know, though, is nobody can do it like me because there's only one me.
Yes.
Right? And so even though we may wear the same style of clothing, we may buy the same shoes, my outfit is going to be different from your outfit. And I appreciate that. And so often as women, we don't build each other up. We don't empower each other because we've been taught by society that I need to be the cutest one. I need to be the smartest one. I need to one-up the girl next to me. When I walk through malls, I always say, girl, that's cute. Oh, yeah. Anytime anybody says, that's cute, girl, $5.99. I always tell people where I got stuff, how I came about it. I mean, you really have to, and I think one of the quotes on the back of Saniyyah's book is, the little pamphlet, is if you want to be empowered, you have to empower other people. If you want to really walk and embrace the journey that God has for you, you have to pick people up along the way, right? That's the only way that we can actually get to our highest calling, is to really help people get to our level. It's not to keep people down, because sometimes people might surpass you, that they can help pull you up. So when you're going out and you are looking for new clothes, and you're trying to redefine or reinvent your style, you have to really start from within. And that's pretty much what my book is about, is really understanding who you are as a person and loving who you are as a person. Because if you don't, your style will always be antiquated, because your style is personal style. You don't know yourself personally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, relationally, how you deal with people. It's always going to come out confused. So thank you guys so much. I'm so blessed, and I can't wait to hear what Saniyyah has to say, because it is time to empower ourselves.
Yes.
Goodness. I got to stand here for just a second, y'all, because that was some good words right there, was it not?
Right.
How many of you guys walked over there and got a plate because you wanted to eat some of those words she was saying? I feel kind of bad because she said wearing all black was like a gothic thing, and I'm up here wearing all black. Ain't that something? Now I'm trying to think about where she got that $5.99 outfit. I'm thinking about that too. So I don't know what it said. This says I was in a hurry and trying to get here. So I try to put a little pink on to match the background to represent Saniyyah and her beautiful words and her book. Renee, her beautiful words and her book. Mama's yellow dress. We're not going to forget about that, Mama. We know you got the credit over there. Oh, man. Let's move along here, you guys. Let me see what some of my key points are here. I am to continue engaging you guys. So that means y'all got to hear just a little bit more from me. Do we have any other breast cancer survivors in the house?
I'm not a breast cancer survivor, I'm a brain cancer survivor.
survivor. Now, did you have to go through the same things that your daughter went through as well?
The treatment for brain cancer is not an IV chemotherapy, it's a pill. So I did chemotherapy for 11 months and radiation for 6 weeks. When I say I'm a survivor every day when I wake up because the tumor is still in me. They cannot remove it. So I currently have cancer.
Oh my God. Everybody, please give her a hand for coming in today. Yes. Thank you, Mama, for sharing that with us. There are so many other people in here. You may not even be surviving from cancer. You may be surviving from other things in life that are happening. Just even a cancer in your family. You may not know. Your mate might be the cancer. Your children might be the cancer. Is anyone else in here a survivor of anything else outside of cancer? Anyone? Yes, ma'am. Speak on it.
Life, just life.
Just life.
Trying to get it together.
Just trying to get it together. There are so many of us that have gone through trials and tribulations within our own lives, even including myself as well, not to take the attention off of you, but I do got the mic, girl, so I am going to talk about me. No.
I want to hear.
I'm teasing, love. But there are so many of us who are going through so many things, and that's what's so great about Saniyyah. She speaks on breaking the cycle of some things that you are doing within your own life that you may not realizing is actually causing the outcome of your life in the future. And a lot of us don't realize what you do today does count for what you do in the future. And a lot of us are just kind of walking around thinking like, you know what, I can make whatever I want to make happen today and don't nobody have to pay for nothing tomorrow. Well, that is so untrue. That is so untrue. What you do yesterday will affect what's going to happen to you tomorrow. And I will give you a perfect example. When I was a young girl, I thought I knew it all. As we all do, right? How many in here are still young and feel like I know it all today? Anybody? No? Any adults in here feel like they know it all too? I know it all. Some of us, we get that mentality growing up. We feel like we know everything. Well, I was one of those. I didn't think I knew it all, but I had a smart mouth. I did. I had a smart mouth. Or as my mother would say, you know, with your little fast. Y'all already know the rest of that, right? And I wasn't fast. The thing was I was different. But I got into an argument with my mother because I felt like you can't tell me what to do. It's my life. I got it all figured out. I'm going to take my $5 allowance and I'm going to California to get me an apartment. Nobody tell me what they're going to buy a car. With $5. I had an argument with my mother. And I hated the argument. You know, my mother is from the country. Anybody got some country mothers in here? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Y'all know what I'm talking about. My mother is straight out of Arkansas, you guys. And I'm talking the backwoods of Arkansas. My mother will I watched my mother pick up a snake and throw it while she was working in her garden. That should have scared me, right? You would have thought that would have scared me right there. So I decided I'm going to go and get smart with my mama. I got smart with my mother, and the last thing I remember was getting up out the chicken coop. And the chickens was actually barking over my head. I was like, what you do that for? My mother knocked me in the chicken coop, and I woke up like 5 minutes later with dirt on the side of my face. And I swung at her, and I hit her. I hit her on her shoulder, you guys, and I ran. I ran as far as I could, right around the corner to my other friend's house. But I went and told her, I hit my mother. I hit my mother. I hit hard as I could. Broke my own heart to put my hands on my mother. I take care of my mother as I run the magazine as well. My mother has leukemia. And every time I think about the time that I put my hands on my mother, I swear it is a slash to my heart. I do not know it all, never will know it all. I am a forever student. And I am so glad that the Father has given me the opportunity to continue to hold my mother, love my mother, kiss my mother, and will I never put my hands on my mother again. Thank you. Thank you so much. We do have vendors in the house. If no one had a chance to see any of the vendors outside, make sure that you guys stop by there and talk to the sisters out there and see their products, shake their hands, get their business card, and be inspired with them and let them know that you do appreciate them being here. They do spend their time, their money, their energy putting those products together for each and every one of us so that we can enjoy. So let's also make sure that we go out there and get to know them and see what they're also providing. All right, let's do that. And if anyone wants to pick up any of the books by Saniyyah, there are books available in the back. There it is. Go ahead and wave your hand. Young man got the books for sale as well as the t-shirts in the back. And please, by all means, go ahead and take any of the refreshments that you see here to your right-hand side. They're all for you. They are free. But if anybody wishes to give me $1 per cookie, I don't mind taking that too. I don't mind that. Without further ado, I want to introduce this beautiful woman to you guys. I took a couple of notes here myself, if you don't mind me saying. Therapist, intern, motivational speaker, and author. She has written a book, assists individuals in liberating themselves from their own adverse generation of young girls and women in the midst of these times where they are seeking so much attention from social media. Saniyyah, I wish you nothing but the best of the best, my sister, because you have inspired me in so many ways. I have watched this sister come from a closed rose to a wide open, beautiful rose. Boy, and I'm sure she smells good. Y'all can go over there and spray this before you leave. I know she do. But without further ado, I'd like to introduce our motivational speaker and number one guest in this house, Saniyyah Mayo. How you guys doing?
Great.
I'm sorry I have to take the mic off because I pace when I talk. So you don't want me standing here because I'll be screaming inside and you won't get the full effect. So I have to have the mic in my hand. How you guys doing today?
Great.
Great. Good. In Toastmasters, they teach you not to say thank you to the audience because they should be thanking you. But I feel like if you come out and you support me, if you come out, even though I'm giving you something, I feel like you're giving something back. So to see you guys in the audience, that's a blessing for me. So thank you all for coming out. Also want you guys to, support Bree, lovely lady. She'll have her book out. I'm pretty sure she told you style piece, but I just had to say that because she's such a beautiful person and has so much to offer. Are you guys ready to take this journey?
Yes.
So I'm nervous and excited at the same time, but don't mind me, okay?
It's all right.
Sometimes I get excited, my voice might elevate, so don't mind that at all. For a show of hands, how many people can say they love themselves in this room? Okay. After speaking, you might want to rethink some things. Growing up when you're young, the way we interpret love is based on what we see around us. If you ask different people, everybody will say they have a different definition of love, right? Some people will tell you God. Some people will tell you if my man hit me. Some people tell you if he's or she's obsessive over me, that's love. So we all interpret love different. But the way we learn love is from the time we are babies and what we are taught. So if you grow up in a house where you see infidelity between your parents, you associate that with love. And either you become the cheater or the one that's getting cheated on, or you break the complete cycle. If you're raised in a household where physical abuse is the norm, you grow up to be the beater or the victim. So those are the ways we associate love. And I always tell people when I have a counseling session, I always go back to their childhood because they'll tell me they have so many problems, and I believe that it all comes from your childhood. A lot of people don't believe it, but it's true. When you look at a person's childhood, you'll find out a lot of things about them and the reason why they do certain things that they didn't even know that they were doing. So going back to the way we learn love based on what is taught to us and what is presented to us as kids, right? So growing up, I never was told I was beautiful. Not to say that my parents thought I was ugly, because I don't think they thought that, but I don't think they knew the value of speaking life into your kids, right? So when people told me I was ugly, I believed it. You know, no one was in my household reinforcing that I was the opposite. You know, when people told me I was dumb, I believed it. Because these are the things that were spoken into me. So here you have a little girl that grows up and she is broken. See, a lot of times we're adults, but we're little kids inside, and we pretend like we got it all together. We got our hair done, got our shoes, you know, they fly. We got a nice house, nice car, nice career, but we're broken. Some of us won't admit that. My pet peeve in life, I always be honest with myself. Let me tell you something about me. I can't have anybody around me that's going to lie to me, because that means you don't love me. Because when you love me, you tell me the truth, right? So when you walk in a place of brokenness, guess what type of people you have around you? Broken people. So their mindset is the same. So they can't tell you right from wrong, because they're broken themselves. So let me take it a step further. So you grow up in this household where you grow up with rejection. You grow up with not feeling love. You grow up with not being enough. And I'm seeing young girls, and I don't want to say young girls and young boys, because I see adults too. We post anything on social media for a comment or like, just to get somebody engaged. And then we say we love ourselves, right? But I thought loving yourself is confidence. You don't need somebody to tell you you're beautiful to know you're beautiful. You don't need somebody to tell you you're smart to know that you're smart. I was at the shop, at the salon, getting my hair done by my friend, Danielle. And these guys kept talking to me. And she was like, I gotta hurry up and get you out of here. Your husband is gonna be upset. I don't pay attention to that. Because I know guys will tell you anything. They done told 10 other girls before they told me probably the same thing. That doesn't move me. It doesn't move me because I know who I am. But I didn't always know who I was. I'm gonna tell you a story of my daughter and her boyfriend. So he comes to me, and he's like, I always tell her she's pretty, and she just look at me and be like, okay. But I laughed to myself, because he was thinking she was conceited, but for me it was like a proud mommy moment. You know, when people come back and tell you the stuff that your kids do, you don't think they listen. So when he was telling me the story about how he had been, you know, telling her how beautiful she was, and she wasn't really taken to it, she would just say, okay. I had to explain to him. See, I raised my kids from the time they were young. My daughter's 19-year-old. I have a 17-year-old and then a 10-year-old. Well, if you don't know, I had my baby at 16. I'll go into that later. But anyways, I had to explain to him from the time they were young, because it wasn't instilled in me, I instilled in my kids, you are beautiful. You are that. So when they date, should nobody walk in your life and do the bare minimum that what me and your father has not already shown you or given to you? Because we have given you more than enough. And we settle so much in life. And the thing is, even with parents, everything you do, your kid is watching you. So when you're in these dysfunctional relationships, when you dating every other month, because some of y'all say you're single, but you're not single because next month you'll be with somebody else. And then your daughter's watching this, and she thinks, oh, okay, I just go from man to man. And then your son is watching this, and he's like, I just go from woman to woman. What are we teaching our kids? But what are we teaching ourselves? See, I believe you can't love no one until it starts here. But it can't start here until it starts there. And I always got to tell people this, right? Because at first I'm like, I don't want to sound like a preacher. But if I did this and then incorporate God, I'm telling you it would be a lie. Because I didn't do this by myself. So I have to tell you about him. You know, growing up, my dad, you know, I'm a PK, he's a pastor. He always wanted to make me sit down and watch Creflo Dollar. Probably why I don't like Creflo Dollar to this day. And he would have us read the scriptures and say what it meant and write a story. And I'm like, this is crazy. I want to go and hang out. I don't have time for this. This is what you do. It's not what I want to do. But what he was teaching me was, he would always say, when you react to somebody, they control you. I was a fighter. Look at me wrong, I might pop you. You say something smart, I might pop you. I'm gonna be honest, right? And he was like, they're controlling you. I'm like, they're not controlling me, because I wanted to believe I was doing what I wanted to do, and he was teaching me about love and how to respond to people. Like, Jesus got slapped, he got hit on the cheek and turned the other. That can't be me. Not at 16, you slap me, I'm slapping you back. That was my mindset, I'm being honest with you. But now that I'm an adult, it makes so much sense. It makes so much sense, because when you love yourself, when you love God, it gives you a sense of peace like no other. No joke. No joke. It does. So, walking in the place of not loving yourself, right? I always pick it up on people. I can see it a mile away. They're the gossipers. Love to talk about other people. Always in somebody else's business. I used to be one too. I admit it. And they always come telling you about somebody's business, what somebody else is doing. But do you know what that is? It's a distraction. We focus on other people to avoid focusing on ourselves. So we gossip and talk about people, spread rumors, lies, and everything else, because it prevents us from getting in the mirror and saying, what does Saniyyah need to deal with herself? I can focus on somebody else's household all day long, but if I'm not working on me, what difference does that make? Right? So when I see people negative, I'm like, oh, okay. But before I was there, I gossiped. I talked about people because I was avoiding what was going on within me. So you guys know I'm a therapist intern working towards my license to finish my hours. So I had a client. She was a young girl, teenager. And it broke my heart talking to her, because she told me, she said, she had a breakup with a boyfriend, which is typical for a teenager, right? So she says, I know I'm young, and I probably have other breakups, but it hurts. So I'm walking her through the whole breakup thing, telling her, it's normal to feel that way, it's your boyfriend. But this is the thing that bothered me. When I said, well, you guys are not together anymore, start spending time with yourself. The little girl's response was, I don't know how to do that. What? She tells me, I know this sounds crazy, but I don't know how to love myself. Can you teach me? Broke my heart. Broke my heart. And I told her, I said, what do you do when you're in a relationship? She said, I buy him gifts. I text him. I asked him, if we can go to the movies and do dates. And I said, why do you do that for him? She said, because I love him. I said, so why is it that you can do that for him, but you can't do it for yourself? Right? I hear even adults, they'll tell me, I'm bored. You're bored. I've been married 17 years. I got 3 kids, and I love when they leave the house. I'm serious. I absolutely love it, because I get to spend time with me, right? When people tell me they're bored and they don't like to be by themselves, that makes me think, what relationship or connection do you have with yourself? Because if it's just you in a room by yourself and you're bored, it's a problem with that. Some of us will get in situations and relationships just to be up under somebody, just to say we want to cuddle with somebody, just to be in somebody's presence. You'll see people in friendships that are around all the wrong people just because they say they don't have any friends. Why would we do that? We do that because we don't love ourselves. This trips me out too. I'll talk to somebody and they'll tell me, their family member has some type of terminal illness, and they'll get mad. They don't eat right. They don't exercise. And I'm looking at them like, you don't do those things either. Right? Or they'll call me with their problems. I tell them, I got a colleague. I'll give you their number. I'll give you a referral. You know what they tell me? $100 to listen, have somebody listen, just to sit there and listen. Really? But I'm listening for free. But then I'll see them, they got their hair done, weave extensions, whatever you want to call it, $200. Handbag, a few $100s. nice shoes, all that, but you telling me you can't pay $100 for a counseling session? Something's wrong with that picture. We invest in all the wrong things, but when it comes to investing in ourselves, we won't do it. We will not do it. But they'll get their hair done. They'll get a nice car. But when you say, I want to do something to better myself, they won't do it. And that tells me we don't really love ourselves. So I'm on this journey, and let me tell you this, because I was raised in the church. You can go to church every Sunday. I would go to church and I would be so mad at my dad. Like, you got me going here. These people been in church 20 years and they hurt me, they lying on me, they doing this to me. 20 years in the church means nothing. It just means they're still broke. That's all. So when I became and got into a place where I started to seek God for myself, because a lot of times people go to the church and they think, oh, it's just for the pastor. You're supposed to seek him for yourself, a divine relationship on your own, not just a building, because when you are a Christian, you are the church. The church goes everywhere you go, right? So I get into this place where I started to find God on my own, change my whole mindset. Change my whole mindset. I had a new mindset. So when I got a new mindset, guess what I wanted? New friends. I'm new. So I want new people around me. My son makes me laugh because every time we get a new car, he tells his two sisters, don't bring no food in the car. Put your feet, you would think he paid for the car. Put your feet down. Don't do that. This is new. But you know what he said? This is a new car, and I want it to stay new. When I was a kid, we used to go to family members' house or my friend's house. Remember I used to have to take the shoes off and leave them at the door to walk on the carpet? That already let you know their carpet had either just got clean or it was new. And they wanted their carpet to stay new. And that's how we have to be. When we get in the place of love, we have to change everything around us. How do you have a new mindset, but you're still rolling with your friends that want to gossip about everybody? How do you do that? You can't. Because then it's going to take you back to that same place that you were before, right? So now I'm in a new place, new mindset, new me. I'm feeling good. What do you think happens with my old people that was rolling with me? No, they don't fall off. They get mad. She thinks she better. She don't want to hang with us no more. She ain't all that. They get mad. But I'm like, you can take this journey with me too. But see, people lie to you. Negative people does not like positivity. They'll say they do, but they don't. They really don't. But I start feeling bad. Like, oh, why am I acting like this? I shouldn't be doing this to them. And you go back to that old place because you see yourself walking alone, right? Then I'm like, no, this is what I prayed for. I have to change my mindset. So this is what I would see. So when they would call me and they would want to talk about Susie or Bobby, I'll put the mirror right in their face and say, what's going on with you? You talk about making somebody mad? What you mean what's going on with me? Like I said, what's going on with you? I don't want to talk about Bobby and Susie. People don't want to change, but they want you to stay there with them. Crazy, right? I can't stay in that place. Because I'm walking in a place where I love myself. So I can't be there anymore. Right? When you love yourself, when you find this new place of peace and you loving yourself, you can see certain people a mile away. I recognize it now. Before I didn't recognize it, now I recognize it. People think I'm social, and I am. One-on-one, and if I know you. But if I walk into a setting and I don't know anybody, I get quiet. And I observe everybody. Not that I'm being judgmental. I want to see, is she the person that I want to converse with? Is he the person that I possibly want to have a friendship with? Because I'm watching you. People say birds of a feather flock together. People say that's a lie, but it's true. I watch people based on their friends. That tells me a lot about people. Because if you're telling me you're this positive person and all your friends is negative, You have to have something in common. I want everybody to close their eyes right now. I wasn't going to even do this, but I went into a different direction. But close your eyes. And I want everybody in the room to be honest with themselves. I want you to think about the people that you currently have around you. Are they positive and pushing you to your full potential? Or are they negative and it's always some type of chaos or drama? Now, if it is, say, shake your head yeah. Nobody look, everybody's eyes closed. And if it's not, shake your head no. I don't see nobody shaking. Y'all just suck. I want to see. Can I see? Nobody else is watching you. Everybody was like, y'all peeking to see somebody watch? I'm watching you. Can nobody see you?
Wait, ask the question again.
Okay.
I was ready.
You was ready. I see you. You was there. Close your eyes, everybody. Goodness. That's where you're at. See, when you love them, I don't care what people say about me at all anymore. They're gonna lie anyway. Close your eyes. Okay. Visualize this. Visualize yourself with your friends and think about their energy. Are they people that push you to your full potential? Or are they negative people that always got some chaos or drama? Shake your head if you're around positive people. Nod your head if you're not. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me say it real slow. Real slow. Yeah. No, yeah. Did I say that right? No. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, we gonna try this one more time. Huh? Third time's a charm. Close your eyes. Right? If you have positive people around you that push you into your full potential, shake your head yes. If you have people, nod your head.
Yeah, I'm with the nod. Yeah.
Terminology, goodness. I needed to take an English class before coming up here. Nod your head yes. If you're around negative people that always have drama or chaos in your life, nod your head no. Shake your head no. Y'all not moving. So I'm thinking that everybody here is positive, which I don't believe. Let me tell you something. You guys can open your eyes now. The first thing to living a peaceful, fulfilled life, seriously and all jokes aside, you got to be honest with yourself. You have to be honest with yourself. If I showed you my friends, they're a reflection of me. And they're real. And they're honest. My husband and I, we've been able to be together for so long because he gives me the so honesty. You know how sometimes you'll watch a show or you'll hear somebody say, a guy, they'll say, I have to lie to my wife, and she'll ask me, does it look like I lose weight? And he'll say, yeah, you look good, babe. Don't do that to me. If I ask you the question, I really want to know the answer. Don't lie to me. Do not lie to me. But you know what's so funny? We don't want people to lie to us, right? But we lie to ourselves daily. We lie to ourselves daily. Every time you get up and you're not honest with yourself, you're only hurting you. And I'm going to tell you how we lie to ourselves. Right? This is how we lie to ourselves. I have somebody come to me and they'll tell me they're not dealing with a family member. Right? Over one little minor thing. And it be so petty. And then I'll watch them and I have to ask them, you are ending a relationship with a family member over something so petty, but you being with a man that's cheating on you 20 times and you won't go nowhere. I'm confused. But you say you love yourself. How do you love yourself when you expect the bare minimum from people? It's like we make excuses for some people. I'm not going to accept this, but I'm going to accept this. When you love yourself, you want the best for yourself. I want the best friends. I want the best husband. I want the best kids. I want the best for myself. The best career. But if I'm not walking in love with myself, how can I get that? Right? That's why we need to be honest with ourselves. If I do something wrong, people don't even know. I'll call them sometimes and be like, I'm sorry. Like, what you calling me for? It's like, I didn't take it that way, but I know what my heart meant when I said it. And it was off. And I'm sorry. I correct myself. And if you're not walking with people that don't correct you, you need to think about the people you're walking with. I want my friends to love me and tell me the truth in all things. Right? I would tell my friend to come up here, but she would have to hobble. I know her leg is messed up. But it was such a blessing to me, because I'm telling you, even when I started the seminar, and she lives in Texas, right? She like, shut up, Saniyyah. No, I'm not. But she came and flew all the way from Texas to help me with my first seminar. That's somebody that loves me. She loves me. She's been the same since we was kids, haven't changed since. And the crazy thing is, we had lost contact. And I hadn't seen her since I was like 17, and we got contact a few years ago and picked up like nothing ever happened. Right. And those when you could tell like people are really genuine and it's just them. You don't have to try. You don't have to work at it. It just flows. Have you ever been in a situation and you sitting down and talking to somebody and you feel like you're trying too hard? Yeah. I don't like to be in those situations. I tell people all the time, if you don't accept me and me, the whole me, then you don't want none of me. Because I'm going to be myself. Sometimes I speak proper English. Sometimes you might get a little slang, depending on how comfortable I am. Right. That's me. And I'm not going to change me for anyone because I love me. So we have to get to the place where we're honest with ourselves. And we start looking at people. Are they the best for me? Even in relationships, we'll settle. You know why we settle? Because what? Because we settle with ourselves. Exactly. We don't know our worth. Right? So now I'm walking in a new mindset in a place of love. Hey, Loretta. I'm walking in a place of love. Right? Now my mindset is different. So now I'm in a place of peace. When I was working at the county of San Bernardino, a guy comes in. And he's so mad. And I'm his intake worker. And I'm like, sir, you don't qualify. You're over income. And he tells me, all the programs are for the women. You know, you guys never help the men. I'm like, sir, I don't make the rules. You don't qualify. You're over income. He's going on and on and on. 30 minutes cussing me out. I'm just sitting there being real polite. And I'm telling you, it had to be God that was with me that day. And then 30 minutes in the intake interview, he says, you know what? I apologize. He said, you are so nice to me, and I'm so rude to you. I apologize. And what that taught me that day was, when you are in love with God, then within yourself, you walk in a place of peace. Yeah. So even the way you respond to certain stuff is different. People think I'm lying when I say I love peace and I protect my peace. When people come and tell me certain stuff, I have to shut it down because I don't even want to hear that. You know, people don't understand. Conversations, music, different things will put your headspace in a certain place. Even on social media. That's why with all this stuff that's going on with the police and all that, I'm like, I can't watch that. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to be in that place. I want my mindset to be different. Right? Because I'm all about solutions. I hate people that always want to complain about the problem. Even my kids. They come, I don't like this, I don't like that. They get mad because my response is, what are you going to do about it? I don't want to hear a problem. I want to hear solutions. Give me 5 solutions to that one problem. And work those 5 solutions out, and if they don't work, come back. I don't want to hear the problem. I'm a solution person. I hate people that nag and always want to dwell on negativity. But it had to start from within to get to that place. And sometimes it's not easy. Right? So let me take you here. Because this tripped me out. So when I changed my mindset, when I first learned to love myself and I changed my mindset, it even got deeper. When I was in grad school a few years ago, I saw people in their 40s, 50s, 60s going back to school to change their career. Right? The change is good, don't get me wrong. But what I noticed was they settled the first time. See, we pick jobs based on the money and how we think it's going to make us feel. And then you see people at jobs for 20 years and they bitter. They mad. They don't want to be there. Because they settle. And we settle every day in every aspect of our life. Because when you love yourself, you want the best for yourself. You won't settle. See, I used to walk in an interview for a job and I would be defeated already. I'm not good enough because it was the rejection. It was the self-hate, just all this stuff I was dealing with. So when I would walk and meet people, it was like I was timid. And 9 times out of 10, I didn't get the job. Why would I get the job? I'm defeated. I don't feel like I'm even worthy enough to have the job. And people sense that. Now I walk in the room, I'm Saniyyah Mayo. What's going on? I don't walk like I'm in fear anymore. You're my equal. I'm not above you and I'm not beneath you. I'm your equal. I walk in as your peer. So my mindset began to change, right? So now I'm in a new place. But it even gets deeper. See, a lot of times I have people come and ask me, I don't know my purpose. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing in life. You'll never walk in your full potential until you love God and love yourself. Y'all didn't hear that. You'll never walk into your full potential in life until you love God and then love yourself. Broken people produce brokenness. 2 broken people in a relationship don't make a whole. They're 2 broke people. Hurt people hurt others. Could you imagine me being broken up here? I would mess some people up. So when people come to me and they tell me, I don't understand, I'm going through this, I'm going through that, I've been praying. I was with him, he cheated on me. I was with him, he did the same thing. The only common denominator in the situation is you. If you keep going through the same thing over and over with different people all the time, you got to look at yourself. What is it about me that's causing these things to happen? And if you don't, you're going to stay in that place. Because we can't walk in our full potential if we're broken. I don't know if y'all saved, you might not be, but I am, so I'm going to talk about God. Woo! That's right. Well, but God can't use you to your full potential when you're broken. You're just going to hurt his kids. Okay, who's a parent here? Raise your hand. Would you hire a babysitter? No. Oh, you already know what I'm about to say. You already know what I'm about to say. So why would he put you on a platform and give you a platform to hurt his people? It doesn't make sense. You're not ready. And we think we're ready and we're not. We're lying. And when somebody tells us the truth, we run from those people. When in reality, we should be getting close to those people. I'm telling you, I love people around me to tell me the truth. Me and my friend, we can tell each other, you getting on my nerves, the feeling is mutual, you getting on mine too. And we not mad. Right. We not mad. I can be honest with my husband, he can be honest with me. And that's how it should be in any relationship. If you can't be honest with your friends or the person you lay next to, something is wrong. Something is wrong. Society teaches us to tell people what they want to hear. I'm not. Disclaimer, You might not want to be my friend because you're going to get 100% truth. Sometimes we want to hear what we want to hear, but that doesn't help us grow. It doesn't help us at all. We stay in that place because this is what we do. She's the problem, he's the problem, I'm the problem. Because it doesn't matter what someone else does, my reaction is the only thing I'm worried about. People ask me all the time, you deal with this person after they did that? That's on them. I'm not about to stop my blessing. I'm not about to walk where God wants me to walk because of somebody else. I want all mine. I want the best for me in every aspect of my life. And I won't be able to have that if I walk in a broken place. See, some of us, even when we say we love ourselves, for sometimes it's a lie, but I'm going to let some people believe it. And I ain't talking to no one directly because I really don't know if you love yourself or not. I'm just being funny. But we'll say we love ourselves, right? But when you love yourself, I really believe you walk in a place of peace. You're not easily angered. You're not easily frustrated because loving yourself comes with the sense of peace. Do you guys agree? Because you're looking at me like I'm crazy.
No, you good.
Right? So you walk in a place of peace. But this messes me up. When people say they love themselves and they treat people any kind of way. I believe when people do that, that's a reflection on them hurting in the inside. And I used to get mad and I would go off, and now I just recognize it like they're hurting. They might need a hug. They might need for me to tell them I love them. I don't respond the same way anymore. Because that once was me. I had a family member, and she kept going through the same situation over and over and over again, and I recognized some things in her. So I told her, because I love her, right? She's my family member. I think I should be able to tell her. You're telling me your problems, right? You get a free session, so I should be able to tell you my problems. Right? Yep. So when I told her, she got mad at me. Well, you should have said the good stuff first. Well, wasn't nothing good to say. I'm being honest. So she got mad at me and told me how I was negative and just all type of stuff. But you know what that taught me? I'm gonna tell you what you want to hear. I'm gonna tell you what you want to hear, but how does that help her? But that when we do that, when we tell people to lie to us, we saying, tell me what I want to hear, or it's gonna be a problem. And then we get mad and wonder why we're not growing. Who want to grow in here? I don't know if this message, if it's touching you or not, but if you want to grow, what I'm talking about, when you leave these four walls, you apply it. See, a lot of times we hear stuff and we just hear it, but we don't apply it. What is the point of going to school, elementary through middle school through high school, college, however far you went, go to school every day and not learn it? This is what I tell the students all the time when they walk in my office for counseling and they mad and don't want to be in class. I'm like, well, why even come? And some people might say, well, why would you discourage them? No, I'm telling them the truth. What is the point of going to school every day if you don't want to learn anything? Why pay your money and come here if you're not going to change something? If I come and pay my money for a seminar, I want you to give me something that's going to help me change my life, something I can apply, something I can practice. Because if you're not, what is the point? So people was telling me, I'm going to come out and support you. Don't come support me. Support yourself. I got what I need. So if you here, it's for a reason. I'm serious. I got what I need. I'm good. I'm working on me. So don't say you support me. Apply it to support yourself. How many people going to apply? Now, if you don't raise your hand and you wasted your money, that's on you. Because I feel like I delivered. Now, if you didn't receive it, that's your choice. I did my part. I'm serious. I did my part. Because I don't see a point of going to get knowledge if you're not going to obtain it. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's why you see people in church 20 years and they ain't changed.
Man, come on.
You wasting your time. I'm not going to church every day and play with God. I'm not. I'm just not. I've never been one to play. Now, I ain't saying I've always been perfect because I haven't, but when it comes to things of God, I'm not playing with it. So if you come here, you need to leave with something. And if you didn't get nothing, you need to talk to me afterwards and say, Saniyyah, I got absolutely nothing. You need to change the way you do your message. It made me reflect on myself. Because I'm honest. Let me tell you something about me. I don't get mad when people give me honesty. Now, if I don't ask for your opinion, I might not want it at that time. But I don't mind honesty. And that's the God's honest truth. I do not mind honesty. But I'm going to close it out. I want you guys to think about this. If you're not living to your full potential, then what are you living for? You guys be blessed. As I always say, continue to break cycles. Now, where's the host at? Oh. And just getting a ride here. Some of you caught the Uber or the Lyft. I thank you so much for that. Some of y'all rode the bus. Some of you even walked here. I'm telling you, thank you. You drove here. Some of y'all only had $2 to put in your car. But you still made it here. And we thank you guys so much for that. So much. I'm just going to do a little something real quick. Look at the person to the right or the left of you. You might be sitting on the end. And I just want you guys to repeat these words. I am here.
I am here
to empower you. I am here to motivate you. And if I don't see you again, I hope that you remain inspired. Let us all begin breaking the cycle, everyone. Thank you so much.